Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Game Discovery, the series where we take a look at new and upcoming games. This time around, I'm playing Train Fever. Train Fever is very similar to Transport Tycoon, where you get to play a company who provides transportation services and moves cargo around. In this case, we're moving passengers with train and also with buses, but you can also use trams or trucks to move freight between industries. For example, we have an oil refinery or in this corner. This game came out a couple days ago, and I'm sure some of you already saw a bunch of videos. I really wanted to play the game for quite a bit before I would do like an introduction video like this. I really wanted to get like an informed opinion. I can speak, yes. So I played for about 12 hours, according to what Steam is saying, I think I got a pretty good idea of how this game works. It has some issues. You might have heard about some of them. One, for example, being the UI. The UI it's lacking quite a bit. But at the same time, the game has quite a bit of potential. But before I get into the specifics, let me tell you a bit more about the game. So as you can see here, this is the map that we have. There's a river in the middle. We have a bunch of cities. Everything that you see here is auto generated. There's a seed that you can do when you create a new map. So if you want to keep playing the same map over and over again, that's what I was trying to say. You can share the seed with someone else. By the way, if you want to play this exact map, the seed is Strictoster. And I'm not kidding. Of course, you start with some money, which is debt. In this case, I already pay the loan, but you can borrow up to 10 million, and it's quite easy. Well, I'm playing easy mode, right? To make the money back. I'm not sure. Things are usually really expensive. Like buying a train will cost you quite a bit, especially given the money that that is given to you in the beginning. Let me show you a different city. This what you're seeing here is a save game the save game that I was playing for 12 hours, and of course there's a lot of traffic. We're currently in the year 1982, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I started in 1850 with the carriages pulled by horses. That's how you start, and of course steam engines for trains. Now most of my lines are electrified, as you can see here, but in the beginning they are not. None of my current lines are high speed though, but you can upgrade them to high speed. And we're gonna be looking at doing a line from scratch in a few seconds. So don't worry about that. We'll cover that. But I just wanted to show you pretty much how it looks like, and comment on aesthetics, which is usually the thing that I care about the most. I think the game has some potential. Like I said, graphics-wise, it's not terrible, but it could use a bit more work. If you zoom in really close, there's a lot of level. Every person that you see here is it's an agent, so it's an agent-based system. What does that mean? It means that it behaves very similar to what SimCity 2013 behaves like, where every single person exists and goes to work and has a job, and you can follow them around, and they exist. They just don't disappear when you zoom out, which is it's a cool thing. But I'm sorry, in my opinion, it doesn't really add so much to the experience. I'm almost never at this sim level. In fact, I'm usually at this sim level, and not even at this sim level. So all the computer power that is being used for that, I think, could be used for something else. I've heard or read somewhere that the agent limit for this is 5,000 or 10,000, which is quite a bit compared to Tropico, where it's 2,000, and the game can barely run at 2,000. In this case, it's a bit I think it's slightly different. I think it works a little bit better. But honestly, all I care is this little icon here that tells me that there's someone waiting, or when you get like 2 or even 3, it means that there's a lot of people waiting. That's usually what I need to know. I don't need to know more detail than that. It's cool. I will take a look at it the first time I play the game, but then after that, I don't really care that much. When it comes to the UI, well, it's pretty basic, and I think it needs a lot of work. I mean, I do interaction design for a living, so I pretty much, this is what I do every day. I do UI for web apps, and I know it's not strictly like UIs for games are not exactly the same, but there's some issues with usability that could have easily been addressed. But I mean, I don't know what the conditions were for the developers. I don't know if they were running on like close to the deadline and not finishing the game and trying to make everything else work, which, you know, it's more important. So I don't really want to don't want to say one thing or another, but I mean, it feels like this UI was designed when they started developing the game, and they didn't really update it, which is unfortunate. And it's not just how it looks; it's how it works. For the most part, dragging roads, and let me show you, by the way. But this is you have tram over here, you have roadways, and you have several types. Let me show you real quick. You have the depots for trucks or trams and road vehicles, and of course you have different types of stations, large bus station, and so on and so forth. Let me drag some roads just so that you can see what we're dealing with here. Let's do this one. So you can see I'm dropping some frames, but at the same time I'm also recording this with OBS. The game would actually crashes when I try to do Deek Story for some reason. So I'm using OBS, which is not the best for recording games. It's good for streaming, but not for recording. I don't know. Anyways, that's not the point. As you can see here, yeah, you can drag roads this way. It will generate intersections automatically. The way you create roads is way better than SimCity. You don't get weird slopes. If you also have terraforming tools, so let me show you. If you do like a hole in the ground, let me increase the brush size, even though it doesn't really make that much difference. You can have a big hole in the ground, and then just drag a road over it, and it will create a bridge, just like so. And you can also change the design of the bridge in that little pop-up menu that showed up before, and I clicked so fast that you could not see it, but we'll get to that. So yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. Of course, you have the bulldozer, and this is a window that I tend to use quite a bit, which is the lines window. Every station that it exists in the game, both rail and road, needs to be connected by a line. So you create a new line, and you basically click on stations like this. In this case, I'm going to create a line of only 2 stations. The pathfinding tool just generates the line for you, and then what you do next is just simply assign a vehicle to follow this line. I will get to that in detail in a few seconds, but I just want to show you the basics. And of course, as you can see here, all the different colors around the city mean that these are different lines. I rename most of them, so these are not default names. I actually manually came in here and changed their names just so that I could see what I was doing. And of course, this is telling you how much money are they making or losing. Now, let me bring your attention to this column right here, the frequency column. This is very important because anything in the game to travel from point A to point B wants to get there in 20 minutes or less. They have 2 options. They can walk, like people, for example, can walk there, and if they get in 20 minutes, under 20 minutes, that's how they will do it. If it takes more than 20 minutes, they will not go there at all. However, if they get there in under 20 minutes, and then you offer a bus system that takes them in less than 20 minutes, let's say 10 minutes, they will take your bus. However, you need to account for frequency, because frequency or wait time in this case, people will calculate that as well. So if you have a big bus route and only one bus, maybe it takes more than 20 minutes, or maybe it takes less time if you walk there. So people will avoid your buses and actually walk to that place. And the same goes with freight. Freight doesn't walk, but it behaves like traffic, like pedestrians. You would see them. I don't know if I can see them clearly here. I need to turn on cargo view, by the way. There we go. So maybe we can see. Yeah, here we have some cargo. You see, it's like people walking. These are the cargos. If any of these cargo takes more than 20 minutes, with or without your help, they won't. The companies won't work. And at the same time, let's say in this case we have, for example, an oil line from this well into this refinery, and the refinery produces goods, and the goods are being distributed to both these cities. If you want to get this route to work, you need to go all the way. So you cannot just do oil from here to here and then just not do anything. I mean, you can, as long as the factory is within 20 minutes walking distance between the two. However, if it's not, you can bring all the oil that you want over here, but it's not going to do anything unless you provide a transportation method that will carry oil from here. I'm sorry, goods from here to either of these cities. Wow. It's really late, by the way. It's Saturday at 1 a.m. when I'm recording this, but I'm having fun. So yeah, let's power through. So that's pretty much it. At the same time, I was gonna mention something. Well, of course, production varies depending on how well you serve stations, and factories in this case. And let me bring your attention here. We're gonna start building some stuff, and then I'm gonna keep explaining other things as I do this. We're gonna connect this city, Newton Lee Willows, with this other city that we have on the corner, which is Haslemere. Let's see. We have two options. We can connect it by road, or we can connect it by rail. What I'm thinking is, since I already have a rail line established here, we could potentially, you know what? Let's do both. Let's have both a rail line and a road line. Let's start with road because it's simpler and we already have kind of the infrastructure here. Oh, you know what? Better. Let's do this. Better this way. We already have a bus terminal here, which is serving two lines: the north line to Ashford and this south line to Whitehill. I don't know what's north and south. There's not a compass here, but what we need is to bring people, have like some sort of like inner line here that drives people to this terminal station. So let's do that, and then we're gonna do a rail between Haslemere and the other city that were before that I cannot remember the name now. So let's do this. Let's grab some stations. Scroll up, and we're gonna put. So this one is over there. We're gonna put our first one over here. Second one right in this downtown populated area. We don't want to put them too close together. We don't want to overwhelm the residents of this peaceful town with our urban ways. And one more over there, and I think that pretty much does it, because everyone else can walk. So what we're going to do next is create a new line. Let me clear this line that we created for no good reason. Actually, we can use it. Let's name this Haslemere Circle, because it's kind of a loop. Oh, I can spell circle. There we go. Fantastic. All right. So now that we have this line, we need to add stations. So when I click add station, we're going to mark the terminal first. We're going to mark the second station. Where do you want to go? Oh, I already have like preloaded stations here? No. Let's remove all these. Oh, by the way, you can change the what the actions is, like full load anything or full load full load everything or full load anything. The reason why that is because the trucks, it's not like Open Transport Tycoon where you only have one type of cargo per truck. In this game, you basically, like, one truck can carry everything. So that's, which is actually fantastic, because in some routes I'm dropping oil and picking up goods and delivering goods to a different city with the same truck in the same line, which comes in quite handy. We need one more station. That's down here, and there you go. That's our first bus line over in this corner. So we're gonna close all the windows by pressing delete, which is a really awesome shortcut. I wish there was another shortcut for bulldoze and roads. So there's really no shortcuts for any of these things, and there's no way to bind them. So that's another downside of this game, unfortunately. But let me go buy some buses. We're gonna buy this big Mercedes bus. I have plenty of money, so we're gonna go buy maybe, for this size of town, maybe 4. Not sure if this will be right or not, but let's go Haslemere Circle. So the moment we click here to set all the lines through to all these buses, they will automatically start going through that circle. Now, a really good thing about this game is that the AI will spread out the buses, or whatever it is, trains, whatever vehicle you're trying to use, will spread them out, just so they are how do you say it, like, equally separated between each other, so they don't go all to the same station at the same time. In like the opposite of what SimCity 2013 did. Instead of having the conga line of buses, all these buses will just go one station at a time, which is quite handy. And as you can see here, if we go to Haslemere Circle, it tells us that our frequency is 35 seconds, which is fantastic, even though we're losing money. We just need to wait a little bit for people to realize that this line exists and start using it. Something to consider is that all these things fluctuate quite a bit. At some point during my game, all these lines were making tons and tons of money. Every single line was profit, and then all of a sudden they're not. This line, for example, was making 300k just a second ago, and now it's making 88, and now it's probably gonna go in the red. This line was making millions and millions, and now it's 156 in the red, and so on. So you kind of have to keep an eye on it. I don't know exactly what conditions exist for these to fluctuate so much. All I know is that you need to keep an eye on it. And I had a really hard time making my trains profitable. This one is barely profitable. And I know that we have another line somewhere that was pretty profitable, but I might have deleted it because once they're not longer profitable, they will destroy your budget. All right, so let's go build a rail line between the city, the Haslemere city, and the dropping frames quite a bit over there, and Newton Le Willows. As I said before, we have this station already. With the line coming that way, so we're gonna connect the two using that infrastructure. And I'm gonna start by putting a station. I think this corner could be good. What I want to get first is maybe a road that comes in like so, just so that I can position the station over here, snap it to this road, and potentially we can get more houses to be built near the station. That means people will actually walk to the station. And let's actually build one right now. We're gonna do one track. We're not gonna build a huge station. This is just for illustration purposes. It's not, I mean, I would have thought a bit more carefully if I were to put this station. I think it will work, but it will take quite a bit of time for it to start transporting passengers, and that's not gonna fit in this video, unfortunately. But at least you can see how the whole system works when you build stuff. As you can see, when I plop the station, it kind of raised the terrain a bit. We have a bit of a ditch here, but for the most part, it's actually really good the way the roads snap and they adjust to the geography, which I wish that was something that SimCity 2013 could have handled better, especially with the slopes. Slopes in this game are fantastic. They're really, really smooth, as you can see here. And let's continue down this way. I might have to do a tunnel here. So basically, to do a tunnel, you just drag, and the game will try to carve into the mountain up to a certain point, and then it will just become tunnel. This little numbers with the red ring around them tells you the speed to which any particular train can travel in this curve. And let's see if we can exit this hill gracefully. I think that's about right. 101 kilometers an hour is not bad. So that created the tunnel for us. And we're gonna go this way. We're getting automatic overpasses, which I kind of want to avoid. The way to avoid those is just by doing it in small increments. But we might not have any other choice but to have overpasses. Yeah, at this point, there's like really no choice. So we can do something like this and kind of hug the curve and the contour of the... Did I connect this right? I think I did, yeah. Of the hill, which makes it quite nice. It's a nice little wiggly railroad. Probably not very efficient, but in this case, I do want to keep this this overpass. We can have different designs, as you can see here. Kind of prefer that one for the time being, so I'm going to click OK. And hopefully things are a bit flatter in this part of the map, so I might be able to continue in the straight line without destroying too much of the geography. Let's do that. The farms will automatically be deleted. These farms are just aesthetic, as far as I know. They don't serve any purpose. And I think I'm going to start bringing this from the other side. As you can see, you automatically generate railroad crossings. Sometimes getting this to work is incredibly finicky. It takes quite a bit of work. I don't know what these trucks are doing here. I never set up a route over on this corner. Whenever you do changes in the network, the vehicles will be just randomly placed. Maybe the pathfinding tool is trying to find its way, try to find new ways. But it's kind of odd. Like I might be building something here, and like the trucks that are circulating through here will just be spawned over there for no apparent reason. Which is, it's one of those little things that the game has that is just like, why is this even a thing? But let's just continue straight here. We might have some issues with this intersection. As you can see, we'll get this collision terrain alignment collision message, which doesn't really tell you that much. What's happening is that the road is split in different segments, as you can see here, and the line is just hitting the spline right in the where they connect, and that's not accepted. So you want to connect it in the middle of segments, and they need to be the two ends of the segment need to be far apart. This is what I'm saying. I just bulldozed that, and the truck just spawned over there for no apparent reason. I'm gonna pause the game real quick. You see, and now I can't delete this. Like, why is that even a thing? Please explain to me why that is, because it's really frustrating. Those are the kinds of things that you're going to experience a lot when you're building complex networks with this game. You can kind of figure it out when it's going to do that. It kind of sucks that you need to do that manually, but I guess that's just how the game works. So I'm going to grab this road, and now technically this. And we get a random track there that was nowhere anywhere else in the map. Now this whole thing is a segment, and hopefully I will be able to get a line across it without much issue. Yeah, now it's colliding with the terrain, so I need to go down a bit. And now going, I guess we're gonna follow the river this way. doesn't look terrible. And hopefully this, from now on, it should be easy enough. The more you drag the segment, the more it will try to stay at the same level, and it will either carve into the mountain more or try to do tunnels or overpasses if the terrain difference is too high. You see here, if I just connect this like this, it will basically create this retaining walls and keep the track completely flat, which is great for trains, but I mean, it's expensive for one, and it also not very realistic in some cases. In some others, you basically have no other choice. Right now, just gonna click like that, and we get this like little bump, which is trains usually train tracks usually stand on slopes like that, so I'm not too worried about that. But let's put down some trains. Actually, first we need to create a line. So we're gonna go into line tool, and we're gonna set this line. We're gonna change the name to River Express because it follows the river or something. Now that we have that, let's add a station. This add station button is selected, even though it looks the opposite way, but yeah. And now we're gonna click to this other station, and we get automatic the green line that tells us that the line is working properly. And now what we need to do is basically buy a train and put it on the line. So let me scroll to this station over here. We're gonna go buy trains. We're gonna buy the cheap one because I'm sure that we're gonna be losing a ton of money on this one. So 580, 500, 720. Let's do this one, 500. And let's put, can we do other things like mail? Oh, we can do this one, but I mean, this one carries a lot of passengers and it will be more expensive. This one will cost 60 plus the 500, and this one 900. Yeah, no, that's definitely not, definitely more expensive. So we're gonna buy this, just one wagon. It's not gonna even be full at first, so I don't care that much about it. So I'm assigning the line. Now it's saying waiting for free path. The path is free. The problem is that the game is paused. So if I hit play, it will find it. But sometimes those errors could be confusing. I had that happen once where I'm like, this train would not leave the depot and I cannot sell it or do anything. And the fact of the matter was that the game was paused, but the game was not telling me, oh, the game is paused, I can't go. It was just telling me I can't find the path. So I was looking for the entire network, and I was like, no, there's no gaps, man. The line is connected. You can't even see it with color. So let me speed things up a bit. What we're gonna do now is we want people to use this station, which means that the wait time, we need to improve the 20-minute wait time if we want people to use this. To do that, what I'm going to do is get a bus stop over here, and we're going to create a new line that service the major stops and the terminal stops so they can drive people to the station. And now that we have that going, we're going to create a new line. We're going to assign this station to be first, then let's go to this one maybe. This one. Oh, I can click it. There we go. Sometimes you need to zoom in really close to be able to click on things. I wish the hit area was a lot bigger because nothing else needs to be clicked. Did I click twice? Yeah. These are some of the UX problems that the game has. So we have that line going. We're going to call this the Haslemere Shuttle. There we go. Great. And now we're gonna go to the depot. I think this one is the closest one. And we're gonna buy maybe 3 buses and set the line to Haslemere Shuttle. And there they go. So hopefully people in the city will start recognizing that there's a new station in place. And I don't know, where's the train? Oh, it's already coming back. Fantastic. I don't know how long it takes. I wish in addition to the frequency, it also would tell you, hey, like it takes, well, yeah, frequency is 9 minutes, but I don't know what the distance, how long it takes for it to get to that station. I wish it would tell me that, but it doesn't. So people might not even care about this this line, unfortunately. So we're gonna see the train coming in. It's a nice little view. In terms of aesthetics, like I said, the textures are not great, but man, look at this railroad track. It's so beautiful. Just hugging the hill, and then we have this like little country road over here with a tons of traffic. I noticed some issues with traffic in one of these cities. Let me go in and show you how to upgrade roads, because I think this is also preventing me from making more money because my buses and my trucks are stuck in traffic. So we're gonna upgrade all these roads into 4 lanes. The way you do that is by the upgrade tool, and you go into 4 lanes. You just click the segments and you upgrade them like that. Of course, it's going to try to fit the 4 lanes in between the buildings. So in here it has more space, so it has a wider road. But here where the buildings are close to the road, to the existing road, it will just try to squeeze the 4 lanes. Sometimes it wouldn't even be able to. You might be able to see what I'm talking about over here, closer to the station. It's a pretty big road. Let me also upgrade this. There we go, 4 lanes. Like so, and over here it says collision, which means these 2 buildings are so close to the road that there's no room for upgrades. So I'm going to connect this as 4 lanes, like so. You can also do bus lines and things like that. I'm not gonna bother right now. I'll let you play with them, but I'm gonna kill these 2 buildings. And I might need to also get rid of the, oh, there's this little building here. Might need to kill my terminal? No, never mind. So we have 4 buildings now, 4 lanes. And as you can see, traffic is flowing much better. Let's convert this to 4 lanes as well. And this one too. Why not? Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm making them 4 lanes or not. Collision, yeah. You see, this 2 are already built, and there's like so many buildings close to each other, so you really cannot get them to expand. And I wish these lines would continue here. I mean, you do the same with the curve. Why not just connect this the lines in between? Same with the ends of the road. They're like too sharp. There's like no. I would expect something like this, like a gradient of texture. This is mostly aesthetics, as you can see. I mean, it's just, you know, nitpicking, but it would be nice. I mean, the textures, for the most part, when you're at this zoom level, they look fantastic. Look at this cobblestone here, and the asphalt, even the car models and the buildings themselves look really nice. Quite a bit of detail going on here. Nice little textures. The problem is you'll almost never at that zoom level. Like I don't know if I mentioned that before, because OBS crashed, and I'm recording this a day later. Half of this video a day later. But you want to be at this zoom level for the most part, and all those details are gone basically. So I would have made the game look better at this angle, and obviously at this zoom level, you know. You can abstract. You can do like Google Maps and just abstract things at different zoom levels. I don't know. But I think that pretty much gives you an idea of how this game is working and what you can expect from it. I don't know if I would play it. I mean, I had quite a bit of fun playing this game. Certainly more fun than playing Citizen Motion. Yeah, I mean. If the developers would fix some of these issues, I think this game has a ton of potential. Of course, the lack of multiplayer also doesn't make it really nice. I know multiplayer is really hard and requires a lot of resources in terms of development to get it done properly. Even companies like EA didn't manage to pull that through with SimCity in a reasonable way. Yeah, that would have been like the icing on the cake. Multiplayer for this game could have been fantastic, actually. So, yeah, I would like to keep playing this game. Hopefully they will keep issuing updates and fixes. If they want help with the UI, if you're a developer of this game and you're watching this video and you want help with the UI, send me an email and I will do it for free, just because I think this game has a lot of potential, or at least have a conversation with you or something. I don't know. Man, yeah, I mean, like, I think I mentioned this. I do UI design for a living, so like this is the thing that I look at first, and when there's like some little things that are not working right, and I know they're easy to fix, it just grinds my gears. But yeah, I would like to come back to this game at some point. Hopefully, it's going to be patched or something at that point. But then again, not a bad start overall. And on that note, I think it's time to put an end to this episode. If you enjoyed thus far, please leave a rating. That's very much appreciated. And also, if you have questions about the game and some comments and suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And of course, if you're new to my channel and just happen to see this video for the first time, you might want to check out the rest of my videos, where I tend to play games from a design perspective and not so much about maximizing the money and profits and things like that. Just care about aesthetics for the most part, so hopefully you would enjoy. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/StrickToaster. I tend to use that as my day-to-day blog, so I usually post screenshots and little teasers and just news about my channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.